with a savage. And she grind, I might bust down some carrots. Drink some wine, spend a summer in Paris. Yeah, I'm that real. Kinda 100 off a crack, how do that feel? I done lost and made it back, that's a trap skill. I don't even got a cap, I ain't rap real. Yo, nigga, I am too far ahead of my time. I ain't heard a verse that sound better than mine. If you came from out where it rain and they blow out they brains, it would take you forever to shine. Yeah. Yo,
Okay.
I just wanna get it going. We just to the paper.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a while. It's been a fucking while. I know. Elisha Michelle be tripping and shit. You know what I'm saying? But we are here today. You know what I'm saying? Legendary Dope Show is back in full effect, live on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. Check us out. I'm in shock right now that Elisha Michelle's in studio. As you can see, we got the Cap Ratchet flyer up. We're going to be talking about that today. We are going to be talking about, am I the problem? Self-sabotaging. It's a lot going on. Are you guys ready for this? I think I'm ready. Elisha Michelle, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Legendary Dope Show with a lovely, beautiful Elisha Michelle.
Oh man, that was one hell of an intro. Thank you.
I had to do it up, man. It's been a while.
It's been a while. I try my best. I'm definitely going to be in the studio more often now, as the summer is ending, and I'm going back to school in the fall, so yeah. I will have more time to be in the studio.
For sure.
Not as many parties. How have you been, El?
I've been all right, man. I'm just.
It's a special. It's a special occasion when Frankie's in the studio. I always feel so special. It's like
it's a real Legendary Dope Show today.
Yes, yes.
Applause for Frankie.
Yes. Sure. So yeah. Welcome to Legendary Dope Show. It's been a while. I'm excited to be here. We are going to talk about. We already did an episode on self-sabotage and am I the problem? But I feel like it's never too late to update some things. I think like views can always change on certain things. And maybe an update. There's some things that I felt like, was a little red flaggish about myself that I feel like after the last episode I worked on. Like I'm a new person.
Okay.
So yeah. So when it comes to self-sabotage, and dealing with people and like your red flags about yourself. I asked this on Facebook. I asked like, do you know what your red flags are? And when I thought about it, I kind of was like, I don't really got no red flags. That alone is a very big red flag when you don't think that you have any red flags. So let's just put that out there. Red flags could be in relationships. It could be in friendships. It could be in the workplace. When I asked people, it got a lot of people said the same thing. They have problems with communication. And so my question is, if you know that is a problem, what did you do to fix it? Like, did you ever try to fix it? If you're in the comments, if you're watching Legendary Dope Show right now, a share goes a long way. Please support me. Please support the Legendary Dope Show. Share the flyer, share the post. Yeah. And in the comments, if you feel like there's something that you had a red flag about, like what did you do to fix it? For me, communication and communicating, and I think communicating with me and boundaries was a big thing for me. I think in the comments I posted about when it comes to any kind of like relationships, situationship, friendship, a red flag that I didn't really consider a red flag was that I will go into things and not really have expectations. Like, so people don't let you down. People like, I just felt like, but that's kind of like and I've always been very, I've been very transparent that I've been in therapy and talked to a therapist and all of that. And I was explaining that to her, and she was telling me like, that is like a wall. That's kind of like a cop out. And in return, when you don't have expectations with people, you kind of lack boundaries. And that's an issue that I think that I've been facing with the not having expectations with people. Like I'm almost like setting myself up for them to let me down. And you need to be able to communicate with people and tell them your boundaries in friendships and anything. And so, yeah, that was one of mine that I had an issue with. And what did I do to try to fix it? I am now setting boundaries. I am expressing to people what I like and what I don't like. This is how you know, this is how you find people that are going to be your people. This is how you find your tribe. You find people with the same kind of morals as you, the same kind of understandings as you. And I think that's very big for me. A lot of people were just like the communication. I tend to just close off. I don't tell people how I feel. You better start telling people how you feel. Like for real, you better tell them how you feel. It doesn't have to be an argument. It doesn't have to be combative. You should be able to, if you can't tell somebody how you feel, um, it can maybe be the way that you're telling them, but it could also be that they just aren't receiving of it. And that should let you know that this really ain't my person. Because you should be able to talk to your friends about how you feel about stuff, and it shouldn't turn into, well, we're not friends anymore because this girl done told me how she feels about something. And there are times where people, sometimes don't know how to say things the right way.
Definitely agree with that one.
I have learned with that to kind of like sit on it a little bit. If it's like a topic where the emotions can run high, I will take a step back. I will let it breathe for a second, because it could go all the way left if you just go off of your emotion. And sometimes I think that's what people do. So sometimes I take a little step back. I might need a day or two to kind of just sit on it. I will pray on it. I will just really look and think of the person who I'm going to have this conversation with, and really like, okay, do I really want to not lose this person as a friend? So I need to make sure that I get my point across, but I also need them to be like, do it with respect. I think a lot of people forget that we're all different. So sometimes, I feel like sometimes people just don't be knowing.
Just don't.
If that makes sense.
It
Like
makes
they
perfect
just
sense.
don't know. Like they look at stuff a little differently. So, if you got a problem with something that somebody's doing, they might just not even know that they're doing it, or it was never a problem for them growing up, or that's not, their household was a little bit different. A big issue with my friends, that I've been dealing with lately, is how we talk to each other. I have some friends that are very sensitive, so you got to kind of talk to them a little bit differently. And then I have other friends, like we just throw shit at each other. We could take it. So it's like, talking shit, shut up, bitch. But it's like not like in a mean way, but you just have to be able to understand the people that you're around, understand your tribe. So
Boom.
yeah,
Boom on YouTube said, "You don't know what you don't know."
yeah, exactly. So definitely, I think that's a big thing. If people are having trouble with communication, write stuff down. Most of us have iPhones, and people hate on Androids, but Androids got the same shit as iPhones pretty much. Everybody's got a notepad in their phone, right? I have notepads full of notes of me like writing to people, like my people that I'm dating, my friends, people at my job, because sometimes I feel like my job, they be trying me too. And I don't want to come off disrespectful, but I'm not the one to play with either. So,
Not at all.
I always see the meme is like, how do you tell your job that they got you fucked up professionally? Write it down, reread it, edit it, go over it, read it out loud, do whatever you have to do. So I think note taking is very essential when it comes to communication, because sometimes when you're like in that moment, you could say a lot of things, and you have to be able to stick to the facts when you're like this is what it is. I do not like this in this situation. I do not like that in this situation. I would like to see how we can fix it, because I value our friendship. I value our networking.
Before we keep going, I got to just say this right, because every show somebody wants to tell you how fine you are. Really real 206. Girl, you know you fine.
Thank you.
He did also comment about the topic. He said that's all people do is react.
Thank you.
Somebody always got to tell her she fine. She know. She knows she chocolate and fine. Jesus.
At this point, everyone around me is tired of it. I'm not. Continue. Go ahead. Thank you. And so, yeah, I mean, it just communication is a big one that I think people seen, and that people were talking about. I've seen people saying, they have anger, a big one that I also saw was that they treat people how they feel like they're being treated. So if someone is starting to treat you weird, and I think his words were like, they start moving weird, so I started moving weird because they know what they're doing. A lot of time niggas don't know what they're doing. Just putting it out there. I can't remember. I mean, there's been a few times where I have been in situations where someone thought I was moving weird. And I feel like that's almost like a little selfish. How about you ask me first, bitch? Because, I'm also over here stressed the fuck out. My daughter was sick or something, or I'm dealing with school shit, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I might be depressed, asshole. Like, maybe I'm not moving weird because I didn't text you back right on time like you thought I was. Maybe I'm just going through some shit. Maybe you should ask first. So sometimes people don't know that they're moving differently, or maybe
or they're moving differently because they're going through their own shit.
Yes. And so, exactly.
Don't got nothing to do with you.
Yeah, don't be so vain. Everything's not about you. Life happens. So yeah, that was another one that I saw, and it's just like you have to keep in mind too that if you're just not, don't just assume. Maybe just ask people like, hey, you're a little distant. And I'm just trying to, are you okay? Instead of just thinking, oh, you're being weird to me. That's like rude. And it's selfish. Maybe they're going through something. Maybe they don't feel like talking. Maybe they got a lot of shit going on at home. It's not always about you. Usually I feel like that happens to me with a lot of dudes. Like, I'm very busy, so they'll get frustrated with me because you might have my attention for a good 30, 40 minutes one day. And then you might not hear from me for 3 or 4 days. I'm fucking busy. And it's crazy because the first thing niggas always tell me is, I know you be busy and shit, but do you really? But do you really?
No, they don't.
Because here we are, you complaining about how I didn't respond to you. I don't have time to tell you what I'm doing today. I'm very busy.
Think he was going to be that busy.
Well, sometimes I am. So, I understand people like, well, if people would make time for it, true. But if you're just asking me what I'm doing and it's like really like, this is some really simple shit I don't have time for. What are you doing? What did you eat today? You're not
saying that one.
Fuck. Like it's like the small talk.
If I seen it on a mean bitch and you hit me with it, oh, I'm gonna be so upset.
Yes. It's like, it's the small talk. I don't have time for that right now. Like, I just don't. I try my best. Like, I live a very complicated life. I work night shifts, so most of the time I'm asleep right now. I had to like set my alarm to be here on time. I'm very proud of myself because I was.
I'm proud of you too.
Thank you, because I'm always late.
You walked in here, I was like, oh shit.
Right, because I'm always late. I was a couple minutes
early. I'm like, oh shit, she really came on time.
I was here, okay, and it was a little tough, and so yeah, I gotta, and right after this, I'm hitting the ground running. I got hella shit to do, so. A simple "what are you doing" text and this, that's not gonna get responded to right away, G. Like, that's just not gonna happen today. So I'm very busy.
Really Real 206 wants to know, what are you grateful for the most in a relationship?
Grateful? That's a good question. I am grateful for someone who is able to communicate with me, someone who is reassuring. And I'm grateful for people who like are able to just make time for Elisha. I know this sounds kind of funny because it's like Elisha and Elisha Michelle, they're the same person, but like they're not the same person. Sometimes I feel like when I'm like around people, I feel like they want me to constantly entertain them. I'm very quiet in my normal life. Like, if I could just like almost like the perfect date would just be like watching a Netflix show, eating some food, like DoorDash, not even going out, and like me not talking for a couple hours, and you not being so nervous that I'm not talking that you think I'm a serial killer or like I got a problem or I'm upset. No, I'm just tired. That's it. Like, I appreciate.
Yeah, cool kicking it.
Yeah, I just appreciate that. I am not always for the entertaining all of the time. So that's what I am grateful for when it comes to any kind of relationship, friendships, where I can just be. If somebody like a friend just invite me over to their house to watch TV and make some food and I can possibly take a nap, that's the best day ever.
Right.
That is the day for me. Something I could do is take
some pussy in there too. Oh, it's a great day. Not a whole lot, just a little bit. I'm tired.
Just a little bit.
Just enough to knock me out. Yeah.
Well, we didn't get far into the episode before he started acting up.
I mean, first of all, be doing shows. I be waiting for this show.
He went like this. A sprinkle of pussy, guys. This is what was happening behind the scenes.
Yeah,
Just a sprinkle.
Sprinkle a little bit.
So yeah. Jen says my favorite activity is being quiet with my sister. Sometimes we'll just sit and just be there. We're just coexisting together, bro. Like we had a long ass weekend. We did a lot of shit. We're just sitting there smoking some weed, hanging out, not really talking about shit.
Nigga really real popping this shot. He said women say they like how I make them feel safe in my company.
Okay.
And I said it with the smoothness because I felt like he was trying to say it smooth. Yeah.
Okay, well, that is a very good attribute to have.
Nigga, you like 42 niggas into the, you gotta come, you should have been here way sooner. There's niggas be on this show trying to get at her all day long, bro.
Shut up, hell.
You gotta come hard. Let's go.
Stop it.
Let me hear the next one. Let me see the next what you got on there next.
Relax.
That's what Jen said.
Relax, please. Malachi's looking at this live mad as shit. Like I'm so tired of niggas trying to talk to my fucking sister. Stop it. He's like, I'm sick of it.
That's my favorite part of the show. Niggas popping at Elisha Michelle.
Lord. Well, I always feel like it's good when I got it because I got my glasses on. I always never know how people feel about my glasses. I just like to be able to see. So
they be like freaky nerd. What you is? Ooh, schoolgirl. That's what we did. The first thing come to mind. Oh, I bet she nasty with them glasses.
With the glasses?
I bet she can see all the freaky shit with them glasses.
Jesus, that is insane. I never even thought of it like that.
Come on.
Maybe that's why people are so intrigued with like Sexy Red and stuff because they're glasses.
Yep. Or Velma from Scooby-Doo.
Velma from Scooby-Doo. I was thinking about being her for Halloween.
I want to drill the shit out of her. Shout out Jen. She looked like Velma from Scooby-Doo too, kind of sometimes.
You guys are sick.
Let me stop.
Oh my God. And we're not that deep in the episode, so he's already on his BS, you guys. I'm sorry to that.
Jen know what's up. He said Velma thick for real.
See, man, it's too much. It's too much. Too much.
Yeah, he said them regular. I'm relevant. Oh, really real. Come on,
reel it in. Reel it in.
All right, come on. Let's get back to the show. My bad.
Never a dull moment with L. Shout out my executive producer, L Rock. Long live L Rock on all social media platforms. Oh, we got to talk about the contest that you're in. Are you trying to pay attention? So currently you're in what place?
4th, I think.
He's currently in 4th. There was hella people in the beginning. So this is like the first or the second round. This is like the
5th round, I think.
It's been going down. Yeah. And so we should put the link in the comments so people can go vote for you. It's a free vote through Facebook. You can pay for some votes. That's cool too. Let's get, because if he wins, he's going to get a whole bunch of money and he's not going to remember he's not going to forget who voted for him.
For sure. I'll never forget.
So he's not going to forget. I know I'm be like, just a little bit.
I'm not a forgetful person.
So let's support amazing local artists who are really dope and about their shit. Okay, let's get somebody to win that we know. Okay, so make sure that you guys vote.
Yeah, I just put that shit in the comments too.
Yes, I love that. We gotta work together as a team, guys, because it's like a lot of money. I'm gonna ask for some stuff, maybe a pony. No big deal. Okay, back to the topic. So we're talking about self-sabotage. If you're tuning in, if you could share this post, share the live, support is free. I appreciate you guys so much. We're just talking about really thinking like, am I the problem when it comes to things? I have a question for you guys. When it comes to like, say someone is like single or they don't have kids, what is the age where you would kind of look at them like, they must be the problem?
Single with no kids?
Yeah.
Man, really?
Yeah.
Man, I got kids. Every time I see a nigga with single, no kids, I be like, damn, how did you do it? You're not the problem. You are the solution. Nigga, teach me your ways. Because what? You didn't come in no pussy yet? That's crazy. And if you did, she didn't have it? How you talk around it? Them bitches be getting me.
This is nuts. This is nuts.
You really think that's the problem? Them niggas the problem? Look, just said that's a hero. Shit. I be looking up to niggas like that. Like, man, you out here 40 with no kids?
But and women too. And I mean, I get it. Like, if you just don't want to have children and you have made it without doing so, because it's not easy. Not easy, okay? So kudos to you. But there are some people who are looking and judging. Like if you go on a date as a single man and you're 40 with no children, you want kids. There's usually, I'm sorry, and I've ran into some. Okay, I actually found one of the 5 niggas on earth that did not have a baby before he met me, and we had our first child together. So I met one,
right?
And I think
did you feel a way about him when you met him? No,
I was. So I asked him, like, but we were like together for 5 years. So it was like I would ask him, like, you never had a pregnancy scare? You never know? He was just very cautious. He said that his older brother has a lot of kids. He has a lot of nieces and nephews, and he was like, that was all the birth control I needed.
Sure. That's probably how my brother feels.
Like,
he only has one kid.
Like, one is enough.
Jen Kryler on Facebook says, careful though, because there are people who physically can't have kids.
That's true.
Question sometimes.
That is true. That is true. Even I guess even with men, like they don't. Right. How does that work? Their swimmers don't swim,
swimmers ain't swimming. Some niggas swimmers don't swim like
Jinkies.
that.
Okay,
pop that thing and get them babies. Laugh out loud. Javon P. Harris on Facebook.
So but if someone is able to have children, wants kids, like you're on a date, it's like a Tinder date, and the person is between 35 and 40. I feel like that's almost like, okay, you've been responsible, but like 40 to like 45, I'm like, maybe something's wrong with you. Maybe
either you just don't want them, you can't have them, or people don't want you to be a baby mama or baby daddy.
And that's crazy because the people who are babies mamas and babies daddies, and the things that I see, the regret that people people express.
Val on Facebook said if he wants kids and has none, I'm gonna wonder what happened.
Exactly. Yeah. Like what? Like what is up with you?
If you're trying to get me pregnant and you ain't,
Like I what? Understand. Like what was like? Is it anger issues? Were you just so crazy? Where it's or did you were your standards too high with the opposite sex? So like,
I think McKinley at Matlock said, if you never had a scare by 30 something, you wasn't humping enough. So maybe you just wasn't getting enough pussy. That could be a thing.
I don't know.
Maybe you didn't get you were an ugly duckling until like 35, and then you sprouted on them. That too. Oh shit. Frankie out here. Frankie out here with the maybe it's a bastard child.
Like maybe there's a kid that you don't know about. That is insane. I couldn't imagine having a baby and not telling the person.
Facebook going crazy right now.
That wouldn't tell a person. By women, or if he likes condoms. That's another thing.
Who likes condoms?
I mean.
Yeah, you just don't like. You really don't like babies because who likes condoms? Raise your hand if you like condoms in the comments, please. I need to know.
I need to know.
Because what? Who's out here like I'd rather have condom sex. Yeah, right.
No, a lot of people are just putting it in God's hands, honestly. Or plan B or the clinic, whatever. So
responsible dick is good.
Yeah, probably so much better. Like, yeah, that is amazing. Or they always say the pull-out method is not necessarily, it's not a, I don't know. I mean, I did pretty good in my life.
With the pull-out method?
Well, I don't know if that was what was happening, but just waiting, Yeah. I had a son very early and then he passed. So I feel like that kind of scared me from wanting to do it all over again. And then I was like, okay, this is 5 years was probably the longest relationship I had been in. So I was like, okay, I think this will be okay.
I got 3 kids using that method, the pull-out method.
Oh, no.
So do I, though. I got 4 kids using that same method, the pull-out method.
No.
That shit works amazing. The fuck? I pulled out, I swear.
Did you really?
Nah, probably not.
Probably not.
Probably not.
At all. So
once you get lost in the sauce, brother.
Okay.
Shout out Trey.
Reel it in.
Yeah,
Okay. I also asked my Facebook friends, what is the pettiest reason that you stop talking to someone? So when I ask this question, sometimes I feel like petty reasons, you might be blocking your own blessings just a little bit. There was a lot of stuff. I had a lot of things that, and we talked about this before. I stopped talking to a guy because he slept with his eyes closed. Fucking scared the shit out of me when I woke up one morning.
You mean open?
Yeah, slept with his eyes open. My bad.
I was like, whoa.
No. You're like that would knock a lot of people out. No. He slept with his eyes open and scared the shit. He scared the shit out of me one morning when I woke up. I thought he was staring at me. It was very weird. I mean, it was like freakishly open, like not like just like a little bit of slit open. It was like eyes
reptilian
open.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Like, what is the close them? Like, yeah, you should sleep with like one of them little things on, like the little mask.
The mask on, yeah.
Yeah, that shit. But his eyes would probably stay. I don't even know how that would work. It was just too many questions. I'm out. So I couldn't do it. Yeah, I couldn't. No, that was too much for me. People said things like dirty fingernails. Also, I don't feel like that's petty. I feel like that's good hygiene. Niggas should have good hygiene. People in general should have good hygiene. If you don't, you stink. So that's gross. So that's not petty. That's actually a lifesaver. You don't, if they stink, their house probably stinks. They probably don't wash their clothes. It's too much.
He said you must have been off the perk 30 to sleep with his eyes.
Let me see. What else did somebody say? I said if someone was too short, it's just not gonna work for me. I'm already short.
What's the shortest you go? 5 or what?
8 or 9.
Oh, that's like regular height.
And I feel like, and I feel like when I dated somebody that was that height, they had like a Napoleon complex or something. Like it was, yeah.
That's average height, 5'8".
But why are you so fucking mean then? Shit, because you want to be a couple inches bigger.
Because he probably wanted to be bigger.
Yeah, I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a ball.
Hey. So, yeah, I wish I had a rabbit in a hat. Got a magic trick. I was that part. Is that what he said?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
He wish he was magic, maybe so he can make himself taller. I don't know. But so yeah, I because someone was too short.
A short dude can eat it standing up. Let him live. Okay.
Let me see. I've seen people say stuff like, what did they say? God, I can't remember. I don't want to go out of the live. They said people were too short, dirty fingernails. The way it was on my page. The way people eat. I didn't like a guy. His fingernails looked like. This is gonna be mean to say, but the only way I can explain it. Like his fingers look like, you know how they say we all transcend from monkeys. Like it felt like he was like a little bit closer to monkey than to man. And the way he would eat chicken wings destroyed my life. I was just like, I felt fucked up afterwards watching it. I couldn't do it. I wasn't going to. And so I was out. Like, and that might have been a petty reason because he was a really nice guy. But what the fuck is up with that? Like, I was like, maybe I could take him to get his nails done, but I just don't think it was that. Men said feet. Yeah, that is a little petty because I mean, a person could be a great person and have some fucked up feet.
Whoa. Seattle with 4 E's. How many baby mamas is too many baby mamas?
Cece, that's my baby mama.
Oh, is she your baby mama?
Yep.
So how many baby mamas is too many baby mamas? That's what I want to know. Put that in the comments while you're over talking about too many baby mamas.
How many babies mamas is too many babies mamas?
How many for you?
I don't know.
I'm going 2 baby daddies. If you got more than 2 baby daddies, I can't be 4. So like I can be 3.
But you couldn't be 4.
I can't be 4.
Okay. I feel like I'm okay with that too. And I feel like usually when it comes to there's 2 of them and the possibility of someone trying to make me the third, I feel like either the first one is like non-existent, like they just hate each other. There's no fucking at all going on. And the second one, maybe, possibly. So I just feel like it's the relationship. Like, is one dead?
Dang, I don't know.
I mean,
I'm
maybe
baby mama number 6. Whoa.
That's a lot going on there.
Dang, I'm trying to get up there like that.
No, that's not a goal.
Women like you. Where you at, Val? Number 6.
Reel it in.
6er?
Reel it in.
2 baby daddies is the cap.
Baby mama number 6. Oh, that's Valencia.
Oh, she's baby number. You know her?
Yeah, that's my boo.
Oh, so she cool. See, more women like her in the world.
But
Let's
she
go.
also has multiple kids with him. Like they were together. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure.
That's what I'm saying. You
Yeah.
supposed to have little relationships with your baby
And
mamas.
I feel like every.
Don't just be jumping. I'm not saying you're supposed to just be jumping in bitches and getting them pregnant, y'all. But sometimes things happen to where it just don't work out.
It just don't work out.
Yeah.
And it also, like, we're at the age right now, most of us, where it's like a lot of people who have children, they started off really early. So it's like that didn't even work out because you're not even the same person as you was when you was 19, 20. We're in our 30s now. There's just a difference. Yeah, they have 3 children together now. So I think it's just everything's circumstantial, of course. But I feel like if I was to start dating someone and they're like, I got 2 babies mamas, I wouldn't necessarily hate it. I just have to be realistic. I would prefer that they didn't have any baby mamas at all. Maybe like an ex-wife and they have kids together and then they got divorced. A little bit different of a story, or just they might have like 6 kids, but it's like 1 baby mama. Right. It's a lot to think about.
Matlock said ain't no limits.
Or just there's some good like co-parenting going on. I feel like if the co-parenting looks good, then that is a green flag for me. Because a lot of families are blended these days. It's like almost like the norm now. And yeah, so if it's a healthy blended family, I'm all for that. I have, I was a stepmom at one point in time. I love that, I was able to have a healthy relationship with his mother, being able to just like go to the house and hang out with them and just be a part like of the family. That meant a lot to me. I don't want it to be no weird secret animosity. Like there's no reason why I should jump into any relationship with a guy and his baby's mamas don't like me. Bitch, why don't you like me? You still messing with him, huh? So that's why. Because if you're not messing with him, you don't have no reason not to like me.
Definitely.
Because if River's dad popped up with a girlfriend, I'd be like, I would trust him enough to be like, she's not going to be cuckoo crazy. She's going to be okay to be around my daughter. And yes, you guys take her because I'm outside. Like, I don't have to pay for a sitter this weekend. You guys take her. Like, and have fun. Like, it has to be trust in that somehow as well.
Hold on. She is on here tripping.
Ooh.
I can't do mama's boys. Like, why do you love your mom that much? I'm your mom. Hold on a second.
What
do you mean? Why do I love my mom that much? And she fine as hell too. I thought I liked her. Now she's tripping.
I thought I liked her.
Hold on.
Oh shit.
Because my mama birthed me. That's why. What do you mean? When I was locked up and these bitches was out here, she came and got me a couple times. You know what I'm saying? That's why. What's wrong with you? Mama haters now?
What?
Yeah. Because she knows she could never beat her. That's what it is. The only way you can beat her is if you beat her. That's what it is. So it's hard work to beat somebody's mama.
Sometimes.
Women don't want to do that.
Sometimes.
Unless you got a deadbeat mom. Then it's real easy.
No, yeah. All you got to do is cook and, give some hugs. And,
right.
You're in there.
Niggas in there.
So I think with that, I would need her to elaborate a little bit more, of course. I think that seeing a man have a good relationship with his mother is very vital to see how he's going to treat women. So I love to see a man that has a good relationship with his mother, with respect, because I feel like ultimately those men respect women a little bit more.
For sure.
I've also seen, I feel like the era that the age that we are at, a lot of us came from some broken family shit. A lot of single mothers that were, we were born in the 80s. So, you know what I'm saying? That was like drugs, you know what I'm saying? Most of our parents did drugs. We are a product of, being poor and, whatever else.
Figuring it out.
And, you might have seen your mom be very promiscuous, trying to figure it out with a lot of different men. And I feel like one thing.
Promiscuity. You know what she was doing? paying the rent, nigga.
Not Nate, I'm in a bind. Not I'm in a bind, Nate. Shit. So, but
I'm in a bind, Nate. No, she didn't.
but I'm saying, but like also looking for love in the wrong places, or like, you know what I'm saying? Trying to raise. I couldn't imagine having a son and trying to raise him without the dad or a father figure. I can only imagine that's very hard to do, you know, to raise a man as a woman. So that one's a tough one. I feel like especially in the Black community, some men will just act like they really love and respect their mothers, but they really don't. I feel like it's kind of like almost a stick, like they kind of like it's the polite thing. Like, I love my mom, but really there was a lot of shit that went on. And when you're a little kid, you don't really get it. And once you get older, you might understand a little bit like, well, she didn't have nobody. So she was always gone because she had to work 2 jobs, and yeah, she couldn't be around. And yeah, you know, there was other men around. She was trying to find, you might understand that later on, but when you were little, you didn't really understand it. I've always been very, open about my relationship with my mother. I feel like it was, you know, I love my mom, of course, but I feel like there was a lot of things that went on now that I'm older, like, you know, it was not the most ideal situation. It just wasn't. So, and it helped me, or necessarily it molded me. And there was a lot of things that I needed to fix within myself, because I was like, you know, the shit that I was a product of, it wasn't normal. And I feel like as kids, we just kind of like, oh, well, this is our normal. But a lot of the shit that we went through, it wasn't normal. It just wasn't. And we just have to be realistic about that. I don't know. I don't feel like, but I do understand there's like, what was that movie? Gosh, I cannot remember it. I want to say it was like maybe like a Tyler Perry movie or something like that. Or no, it was Think Like a Man, where one of the dudes was a real mama's boy. And so it was kind of like the mom didn't understand boundaries. I've never personally been in that situation before, but I've known people who are. Like, when the mom doesn't understand the boundaries, like, you are doing too much. Like, you got to let your son go sometimes. And maybe that's what she means. Like, the mothers that just cannot really let their sons go. Like, if he's dating someone, you got to be able to trust in this girl that she's going to be able to hold it down. Just like when the father gives away the bride, you got to trust that the man that you're giving your daughter away to is going to be able to hold it down. And you can come in and fix some shit later if you need to, but you got to be able to trust that. I feel like some moms are just a little too, they don't understand the boundaries. So maybe that's what she means. And when you know that you got a mom that's going to just like, you're like, what do you mean you ain't going to cook for me? I'll go to my mom's house. Niggas will do that real fast. Cause what do you mean? Like, make you feel inferior. My mom comes and does my laundry for me. My mom comes and do this. My mom comes and do that. There's some lack of boundaries.
But yeah, that's what I say. Yeah, you're definitely right about that lack of boundaries. Because if you're doing that type of shit, if your mom's coming over to wash your clothes, brother, you're out of pocket anyway.
You know, it's just some shit like that. So I could see that being an issue. What is another petty reason? I think someone said that they stopped talking to someone. We talked about feet. This nigga Jent's gonna say because I saw her mom and she looked better than the daughter. He's sick.
Wow.
Somebody said they saw the dad and the daughter looked just like the dad.
Hey, that do be fucking niggas up because look, it's difficult because you see her and she has all these feminine characteristics. You're like, but then you see the dad. Now you see her again, and you're like, damn, this bitch look like a man all of a sudden.
Oh God.
It's hard.
Not the whole time.
It's hard, man. It's hard. I've had that situation before.
I want to say Stewie said, stop talking to the girl because I wanted to talk to her friend instead. I think this was in the comments saying you got to see the whole roster first. It's very true on both sides. Very, very true on both sides. You got to see the whole group of friends first, if you can. And then because then if you don't, then you can be a homie hopper.
Where did I find Elisha Michelle? Elisha Michelle found me. And she is the perfect host.
No, that's not how it happened.
I mean,
he came right to my doorstep, and I said, "Who is this chocolate man coming to my doorstep?" I knew it was going to happen.
Oh my gosh, I did come to her doorstep.
You guys would have to dig deep for the history of how this happened. It's actually quite hilarious.
Right, she is the perfect host, and she is the only host that I'll ever do a show with.
Period.
I love it.
we get a lot accomplished here.
Yeah, we do all the time, even with minimal stuff. We'll come in here and be like, what we gonna talk about? I don't know. Let's figure it out.
Let's just talk about some
and
shit.
Have an amazing show.
Yep. Because we just be popping it. This is a safe space. I just want, people to feel comfortable. And I feel like we educate people. We like help enlighten people. I remember the last time we did a self-sabotage show, I got a lot of good feedback from it. People were like, I really had to step back and like look at myself. And that is the purpose of the show. I want people to feel, like comfortable to say, you know what? I never even thought of it like that. I always feel a little enlightened after a show too. So
yeah, always a good show. So, except for that rape show, had me in here real sad.
We were very, very sad about after.
Man.
I was sad for fucking weeks.
Oh my God.
We talk about it every time, and then I also get sad again.
Man, that
it's
was
like
a wild show.
I can't even listen to that show. I can't even listen to it.
Shit. Yeah. People calling in with the craziest stories. I
Yep.
was like, oh, what?
Yeah.
This happened to you? Oh my God.
And it makes you just want to just go beat up people.
Right, not for real.
Angry. So yeah. We've come a long way. We've done a lot of shows here on Legendary Dope Show. I wouldn't even consider this a season or anything. We're just here.
Yeah.
So we just, we're just talking about shit. Anybody have anything that they have any questions about when it comes to being self-sabotaging? Lack of communication was the biggest one. And so I guess when I was asking earlier, like if a communication is an issue that that you deal with, or closing up when it's time to communicate, or just trying to let shit be, like what have you done to change that? Earlier in the show I mentioned that I like to write notes. Some people are not, they feel like it turns into like a combative situation, or it has to turn into like an argument. It shouldn't. That's a big thing. Also, when I learned with setting boundaries for myself is knowing that when I'm putting my best foot forward with communicating with people, and if they receive it and it turns into a combative situation, then this might not work, because you still got a little bit of growing to do. Because I know that I tried my best. I know like when in certain things, even dealing with like my daughter's dad, dealing in the workplace, I always there's like books and shit you can read on how you talk to people. They always say, start off with a pro, or start off with something nice. That's like business etiquette. Like, I really like where we're going in this relationship. I really like our friendship. I really like, say the positive shit first. Don't ever go into a situation and just be like, you do this, you do this, you do this, you do this, and this, and this, and this. I hate when people do that, because you're putting them on the defense. Having too many people in your business also is a big thing. You need to stay in your group, stay with your people, and talk about it and grow from it. I think a big thing with people with their communication, they can't communicate with the person that they may be sleeping with, the person that's supposed to be their friend. And the first thing that they do is go and start subbing shit on the internet. That shit's weak as fuck. Stop doing that. Like, these people don't care, and they don't even know what you're talking about. And you're like, well, you're waiting for people to ask, well, what are you talking about? So you could DM them and talk to them. Talk to the people that you're supposed to talk to. Like, it's just, the internet has made shit weird. Like, made it really weird. I don't like it. So you got to be able to communicate. Communication rules the nation. I don't know who said that. Was that Magic Don Juan?
Jen Kryler says fear of commitment causes someone to self-sabotage too.
Yeah, people are scared that they're going to get hurt. I feel like we're living in an era where girls are scared to be soft. They're like, they're so scared of it. Like, nobody's ever gonna, I don't care how many heartbreaks I go through. I'm always going to be a soft person. I'm always going to be a nurturer. I'm always going to be that. Like, no man could take that from me. Like, yeah, no man could take that from me. Sorry, Tony C. I'm doing a podcast show right now. Everyone's calling me for Camp Ratchet. We'll talk about that at the end. But I just feel like, so many women, they'll get their feelings hurt and then they try to turn into the niggas that hurt them. I just am not gonna move like that, to where you're hold on, sorry guys, Tony, I'm doing my podcast.
McKinley at Matlock said,
I'm so sorry.
It's okay, you're on air, say hi.
Hey, yo, what up?
Shout out to Tacoma Syndicate, Camp Ratchet. I'm gonna talk about it at the end of the show. I'm gonna call you in a minute, bye. Okay, so yeah,
Matlock said bitches want to be niggas so bad.
No, and it's like it's and I feel like, and vice versa, niggas have gotten quite sassy.
Real sassy.
They've gotten quite
Real
sassy.
sassy. Oh
you
man.
know, it's getting you know,
The sucker shit is at an all-time high.
it's actually disturbing.
Man.
So it goes both ways. We have women who are trying to act like the niggas who hurt them. We have niggas that are turning into the sassy bitches that hurt them. I mean, I don't know, man. It's just all messed up. Just try to stay true to yourself. Don't be scared to love people. I think also when it comes to self-sabotage, it is very, very important. If you don't take anything from the show, take this. It is not anyone else's responsibility to fix your traumas when you come to them. Like if you start a new relationship and you're not healed, do not start a new relationship thinking that the next person is supposed to lick your wounds and fix them and bandage them up, man. Like that is not our responsibility.
Not at all, baby.
Like, holy shit, come healed.
I'm gonna send you back to that nigga. I swear to God.
Come healed with your own car, your own job, your own house, the money. Please, like,
come ready to go 50-50, bitch.
Right? I'll take 50-50 at this point. Bills are high as fuck. I'll take it. I will take it. I was thinking, maybe stay at home. No, I'll take 50-50 at this point. Like, if anybody's interested. Just saying. Just saying. They say it now, but I don't know.
You about to fuck around and have to not pay nothing. You gonna have 50-50 with 3 different niggas.
I would love that. I would love that. If that's possible. Just kidding. Maybe. So, but yeah, you have to like have your own, like, what is Cat Williams? It's the esteem of your motherfucking self. Like, you got to be able to like heal from the shit that happened to you. Whatever you have to do, start a friend group, therapy, whatever. But it is not the next person's responsibility to take on everything that you're bringing with your heartache and your traumas and your red flags. And you know what I'm saying? Like,
sure, Javon
that's
P.
not their responsibility. And it's draining.
Javon,
I think a lot of relationships are messed up because people expect to like for somebody to fix them.
Yeah.
I am not a therapist.
He said self-worth and self-healing.
I am not a therapist, boo. I did not go to school. I did not go to school for that. We can always try the best we can, as people. Definitely I have been given, I feel like I have tried to make myself a safe space for people to just kind of talk to me and be vulnerable. And, people talk to me about things and I would never, ever like repeat them to other people. And I just like let people vent and get it out. And that's beautiful to like that people trust me enough for that, and I always want to give people advice too, but I'm always going to tell you the truth. Like, you got a lot going on. You need to heal a little bit before you jump into another relationship or another friendship. Same thing with friendships. Like, you can't jump into a friendship with some new girls and be like, oh man, the other bitches did me so dirty, so that's what I'm kind of expecting, and then move grimy and think that shit's gonna fly. You're gonna end up getting beat up coming over here. So do not do that. Don't do that. Do not do that. Because girls will like be messed up.
You seem pretty triggered off of that one right there.
A little bit, because man, fuck being shot. Have you ever been in friendships with crazy bitches? I got a story to tell. I could write a book, and I feel like we all could, But friendships, I'm a person that will just continue to try and continue to try. I feel like with every friendship, and even the ones that don't last, I feel like I've learned tremendously from those friendships. If it's not a blessing, it might just be a lesson. And I feel like I've been able to carry something over with every kind of friendship, every kind of relationship, to make me a better person and to be a better friend. We're not perfect, so you have to just keep that in mind. And sometimes people don't like to hear about themselves. That's another a red flag, another self-sabotage. Can you take some constructive criticism about yourself? At one point in time, I would say, fuck no. Because who are you to tell me? You better be like Jesus trying to tell me about myself. So at one point, yes. But you have to understand we're all human. And if it's coming from a genuine place, and like I said, like the way that we communicate with each other is very big too. Like I said, don't be coming pointing fingers, talk about you, because there's a lot of things I'm like, oh, but you, boo. Exactly. And then now we're not getting nowhere.
As fuck okay said, people love dishing it, but not receiving it.
Right.
Sure.
Like, you got to make sure that it's got to be both ways. So you should be able to, if a friendship is really worth keeping, you guys should be able to talk about it, get it out, compromise, figure out what you guys are going to do. And if this friendship is even worth saving. Some friendships to me just ain't even worth saving. So I ain't even going to waste my breath. You just getting blocked, bitch. Bye. And that's also maybe some self-sabotage shit. Cause I'm like, well, why didn't you talk to me? No, also we didn't had some talks before, and you know what kind of person I didn't set the boundaries already. I didn't set some with my friends, I really try to set the boundaries of who I am as a person, what I'll accept, what I don't really like, and they should be able to do that in the same sense too.
And once you set those boundaries, you really have to stick to them.
And you got to stand on
Yeah,
business.
for real.
You got to stand on business when it comes to your boundaries, because your boundaries should be of who you are as a person, your morals, like how you carry yourself. So it should be pretty easy to do that. Yeah, stand on business.
It's hard to do
Always.
sometimes. You let love get in the way sometimes. It'd be harder. You be like, man, I'm gonna just let her cross this one little line.
Yeah.
And she gonna cross the next line,
and just start skipping over them.
Right, yeah. You're gonna be looking at yourself like, damn, I'm stupid.
Facts, Malachi, block be blocking. So yeah. Okay, what is Trust to say? Trauma response is to just cut people off without talking in a sense of what you've been through. It's a trigger response. Absolutely. Like I said, I've done that before in situations, and had to spin the block on a couple situations and actually sit down, and when I talked to them, realize it wasn't that bad. They just didn't know.
Hey, as fuck, okay, you don't have to set your little reminder so that way when we start the show, you could be here at the beginning, because you could go in on this topic, but we've been going in on this topic for 50 minutes, baby.
Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him.
Earlier next time.
Don't listen to him. You came right on time. Nobody.
Legendary Dope Show. Comment, subscribe, and share.
Period.
And tell all your friends to be here and set their reminders so we can all have the conversation at the same time. All the time.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes. And yeah, remembering that people are not perfect. That's it. We're all human. So you have to keep that in mind and not put people on this higher standard than yourself. When it comes to, things like that, I feel like that's a lot of self-sabotage too. I feel like a lot of people that I have been friends with put me on a higher pedestal. Like we did the same shit, but for some reason when I did it, it was wrong. How, bitch? How? We both said that baby was ugly, but me is now my problem? No.
You know what I'm saying? Babies is ugly?
Sometimes.
Ooh.
Listen, we can keep it real on Legendary Dope Show. We gotta keep it real.
I be saying babies is ugly to myself. I just say it out loud. I cannot say it out loud. I feel like y'all listening too close. When you say
Have you seen the do you have TikTok?
I do, but I don't fucking use it.
So there's like a thing where they have like a screen where it has like a baby that like is very unique looking. Sorry, not ugly. Unique looking, precious baby. Okay. And then you show the picture, show the screen to like your mom or somebody. You're like, hey, my friend just had a baby. And the faces that they be making. She said, oh my God. She said, Mom, she's on FaceTime. She said, oh, the baby's so pretty. So it's like, I mean, shit. It just.
There is ugly babies out there, but I ain't saying that. Jesus.
No. Sorry, Jesus, I have. You were there, so sorry.
You were there.
You saw you know my heart, Jesus. I don't, but yeah, I mean, amongst other things. So being put on a different standard when we're kind of like doing the same things is like a red flag. Also, being able to let go of situations was another one that people had trouble with. There was a lot of responses to people giving a lot to people and it not being reciprocated. In that sense, I do have to say this. I feel like sometimes people think, oh, I give and I give and I do this and I do that and I did all of these things and they never did those things back. Sometimes you have to be able to see for yourself where you draw the line with that. Because a lot of the time people don't ask for that. I didn't ask for you to go above, like do all that. We were building a friendship. You decided that you wanted to do all that. And then you got mad because that's not how I move. That necessarily isn't always something that's on the other person.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're giving too much and that is something you got to work on.
And people shouldn't give with the intent to receive.
Or thinking like, oh, it just wasn't reciprocated. Right. I mean, what kind of person were you dealing with? Was it something that why did you continue to give if they started showing you that they weren't doing that? And that might just be because of who they are as a person. You guys, we're all different people. So I see a lot of that, like the blame game, like, oh, I did all this for you. I didn't ask for all that. I did not ask for all that from you. And then when you hit them with that, now you're the bad person. but that's just how I am as a friend. Okay, well, I have a lot more responsibilities. I'm sorry, I got a kid and shit. I can't be just letting you borrow money or you doing this or, like you got to be able to know when to reel it in, reel that shit in. And you cannot blame other people for that because they don't have the same heart as you. People like, I would give the shirt off my back. Be careful because there's a lot of niggas that won't. You can't be mad because there's niggas that won't. Keep your shirt.
Or simply can't.
Yeah, or they can't. So keep your shirt sometime.
Yeah.
Like, keep your shirt. Let me see what else, because we're at the hour mark.
Yeah, it's time to get on this Camp Ratchet shit.
It's almost time to talk about Camp Ratchet. It's lit. Let me see. I think I covered everything that I wanted to talk about. I love how there was so much response and interaction on this show. It makes me excited. I want to come back sooner than later and do another episode. If you guys ever have any like ideas for episodes, I love when people send me stuff. People always send me ideas for parties. People like, oh, you should talk about this on your podcast. We'll talk about it. We don't got shit else to do. And it'll turn into a great episode, even if we do some research on it or not. We just need the interaction. So yeah, let's talk about Camp Ratchet, shall we?
Get it.
So Camp Ratchet is tomorrow. We have been talking about Camp Ratchet for quite some time. We are going up to Fall City. It's about an hour away if you are in Tacoma. We are starting at 11 o'clock. I'm going to get up there very early. Taz, the DJ, is going to supply us with some tunes. He's been like going to parks all over the place. I remember I pulled up on him at American Lake, and it was just so funny because there was just so many people there, and here's Taz, and there's just a whole bunch of niggas, and we're listening. Shake that ass, bitch. Shake that ass. The white people are furious, but look, you guys are just gonna have to get this work. We had ourselves a time, and he's been throwing a lot of great events. I love seeing him grow as a DJ. Taz, you are becoming one of my favorite DJs. You really did that when I seen you at American Lake, so I'm excited that you will be at Camp Ratchet tomorrow, providing us with the tunes. I am going to buy the bare minimum of essentials for the barbecue. I'm bringing the grill. Other people are bringing grills. You can bring chairs, canopies, blankets, your own grill, your coolers, whatever you want. Not everybody is going to float. You do not have to float. We will have a home base at the bottom of the river where Taz will be playing music. If you want to bring your kids, you can. I'm not bringing mine. So I'm just putting that out. I'm not bringing River. So don't be like, oh, I thought, nope, she ain't coming. So I'm not bringing a kid. You can bring kids if you want to. The river flow is pretty chill. People are like, well, if I can't swim, what should I do? They have a company called All City Flow up there. I will tag them in this. You can pay $50 for the shuttle that takes you up to the top of the river. And they give you a inner tube and a life jacket. If you already have an inner tube and a life jacket, you could pay $20 and they'll still take you to the top. There's a group of us. We're not paying for any of that. Somebody will take us to the top and someone will be parked at the bottom. Like, it's very simple. We're going to make it work. It's teamwork. If you're driving by yourself and you want to put some people in your car, if you are a person that wants to come and you don't got a car, throw some gas in somebody else's car and get your ass up to Camp Ratchet. My sister has made a whole bunch of signs. I think I'm going to meet up with her a little bit later. If people want to grab some signs from her, it's going to be really fun to see people on the way to Camp Ratchet with the signs in their car. Once I get up there, I will find the location. I will let everybody know in the groups, and so everyone can let people know accordingly. I'm throwing this party with Greedy Mob and the Tacoma Syndicate. It is going to be a great turnout. There's going to be hundreds of people. Like, every time I go out, someone is literally asking me about Camp Ratchet. People are messaging me talking about, oh, I'm bringing this, and this. Just let me know what you need. The outdoor thing is fun. It's like almost like a village. Everybody brings something to contribute. If you want to bring food, season your meat, bring it. We got a grill. Other people will have grills. Be mindful of the traffic. Tomorrow is the start of Seafair as well as the Emoji Fest. There's going to be a lot of traffic on the road, so plan accordingly. Don't drink and drive. Be responsible. Wait until you get to the river. If you need inner tubes, Big Five has them for like $20. They blow them up there for like $3. They blow them up at All City Float. We'll have portable everything that you need. I mean, I invited the right people to this. There's gonna be tents, all type of shit. So we're set up. We're good. Yes, Tressa has room in her car. If anybody has room in their car and they want somebody to come, post it in the group. I'll post it in the other groups that I have too. I'm really excited about this one. It's time to get outdoors. It's time to enjoy this nice weather, not be cramped in. I'm not going to be throwing a bunch of like nighttime parties. I haven't thrown a nighttime party at all this summer except for my birthday, just because there's too much shit going on. There's other shit that you can do. And also, summertime gets a little bit dangerous. So just be safe out here. Camp Ratchet is going to be a great vibe. Don't be scared if you're coming by yourself. You will meet friends there. People always meet people at my parties, lifelong friends, in fact. So, yeah, I'm really excited about it. This was a good episode. It feels good to be back.
Hell
I have
yeah.
Frankie in the building, so you know I have arrived.
Hell yeah.
L, my executive producer, the man with the plan. Make sure you guys vote for him. He's gonna win some money. He's gonna give it to us when he gets it. Well, give us some. He's gonna buy me a pony, but the rest of you, I don't know. But just make sure that you guys vote for him.
Yep,
Support
that's the
someone who's
links
really
right
dope
there.
at their craft. Somebody who really deserves it. And where can they find you, sir?
You can find me on everything at Long Live L Rock. Yeah, that's it. Or LX3Empire.com too as well.
Yeah, shout out the gang.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on LX3. Shout out to Jen. She started her podcast, Word on the Beat. I was her first guest on the show. She's been doing great things. She's been having people like Legacy Jones on the show. She had Richard Miller on the show. That was dope because he's running for city council and stuff. So that was big. You got anything going on, L? Frankie? They always got something going on.
We just working, shooting videos.
I did an interview with Frankie and Dion. I haven't seen the interview yet. Post it. I do know how it goes. Actually, I do. We be working and doing shit and life be lifing. So yeah, I hope to see everybody at Camp Ratchet tomorrow. Legendary Dope Show. All you got to do is Google me. It'll pop up on all streaming platforms. Whatever you got, Spotify, Apple Music, Anchor, all them things. I am there. I am Elisha Michelle on Instagram. Follow me, Elisha Michelle on Facebook. It's very simple. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Legendary Dope Show. I want you guys to always remember that there are two things that never go out of style: being legendary and being dope. You guys have a great day. Yay. And cut.